This is Rockin' with J-Man. It was this Miljenko from SteelHeart. How you doing, man?
Doing well, Miljenko, but
Oh,
I like my lingo as well. How's it going?
how's life treating you?
How's life treating me? Treating me pretty well. I say the only thing is that I feel like I'm working twice as hard as I've ever been in the music business because the music business is so intense these days. But I still do what I love, and I'm lucky to do what I do. So I guess I'll take it as I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm lucky.
So 30 years, man. That's crazy. Would you ever think when you started SteelHeart you would be doing a 30-year anniversary tour?
Yes, I always felt that it's in my blood. When I started singing, I was about 3 years old, and I felt good about it then, and I still feel good about it now. I always had it in my heart and soul that I was going to be doing this for a long time. So honestly, yes, and I hope I can keep going till the day I have that last hand hanging from the casket. I'm going.
So you
So let
really
me
were born a singer.
I was born a singer, writer, producer. Yes, I was. I really do feel that. It's in, like I said, with everybody, it's either, it's like when you make a deal with the spirits and the gods, and this is what you do, and you accept this is who you are. And I've always knew that. So I guess as yourself, looking where you're starting so early, I think you know where you're going, right? Where life is taking you. So I knew the same thing. Cheers.
What advice would you give your younger self if you could go back 30 years and talk to him?
I would tell him just to shut up for a minute and to keep be a little
Mm.
uh, listen more and speak less. Definitely, and just I think that would be the most important thing I want to say to him for sure.
So the first track on the anniversary album is "We All Die Young" from Rockstar.
Well, it's the first. It was the first single. The first track is "Everybody Loves Eileen," and yeah. So I originally, recorded that song with Steelheart on the Weight record. And then when the music directors heard the song for the movie, they just freaked out and said they had to have it for the movie. So that's why we re-recorded it. All That I Young was originally recorded on the Weight record, and it is, I would say, one of my favorites of the, and it is where it means it has a lot of meaning to me as well. When it all comes from the accent, you know, it brings there because I was in a fog of light when when I wrote the lyrics. I was completely like in a daze, you know, and am so, and I live to write a. So did you lock up? Right, I don't, is my internet maybe not?
Yeah, you're lagging out real bad.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Sorry about that. I don't know how to fix that right now, but we got to keep going.
Okay. So did
Let
you
me
write?
let me
Okay.
let me close something the internet. See if that helps. How's that?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
So did you write all the songs for that movie?
No, I write all the songs in the movie. I contributed my 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 which or what would I say my talent in the movie, but the song we all definitely everything else different artists. Marilyn Manson wrote one of the songs. I think Blood Pollution, and then Stand Up was Sammy Hagar. So different writers on the movie Rockstar. But We All Die Young. That's me, and my co-writer on that was Kenny Kanowski. So he is sadly no longer with us. He is gone to the other side.
How did they choose you to be the voice of the band for that movie?
Um, it was interesting because uh, the producer that I worked with on the second album, Tom Werman, um, he called me out of the blue, and I was actually in Connecticut, and I was going back to Los Angeles to band to get my shit back. It was just like was for the place, and he called me out of the blue. And, hey, I'm doing this movie, and it's about a singer, a really great who joins a famous band, and I think really good at it. I think you'd be um, a good for the movie. Would you be interested in audition? Absolutely. I was just on my way back to Los Angeles to put a band together. And so funny enough, I literally flew in at 11 o'clock in the I was in the studio at 2 o'clock, and I believe it, they called me, hey, you want to I went in, I sang my butt off, and they were just like, yeah, we'd love you to do the. That was it. It was literally, as we would say, overnight.
I figured they would have went with Ripper Owens because the movie is about his life.
Well, I guess so. Not it. I mean, it's not. It's loosely on the on the band, Judas Priest, I guess. But I don't know. I can't answer that question because I just don't know all the details. You know, people make decisions, and especially when you're making movies, it's just different vibes, different things they want to do. People just who knows what to deal with. Maybe he couldn't do it for some reason. He didn't have time or something.
Did you ever get to meet Marky Mark and tell him how to lip sync your songs?
I did. I did meet up with Mark and a couple of times, and he no, I didn't have to do that. That was basically up to him to learn the songs and the inflections, and it wasn't that difficult. I mean, it's only a few lines. But I thought he I thought he did a great job. So rock and roll, here we are.
What was the writing process like for you when you were doing a movie like that?
Um, the writing process, well, the songs were already written before that. So we all die young was already written, so there wasn't really any writing for that. It's just basically, but it's like I've written for other movies, and the way the writing process is it's really interesting because it kind of the movie just takes you there. You go in and you watch the scenery, you watch the movies, and all of a sudden it just comes through. You know, that's the way I've done it before. But for that particular movie, the songs were already written, so we didn't have to do anything.
And the newest single is Could Do Be Alive. And that new track is about how happy you were to be alive after your tragic incident. Is that right?
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you know about or anyone listening knows about my accident, but I had a terrible accident in 1992 in Denver Arena where the lighting scaffolding wasn't secured to the ceiling, and I touched it. I just grabbed it, and I felt it being wobbly. So I try to get away. I'm running across the the monitors, stepping over the monitors, and as it was falling, I was walking, and just before I took my last step, it hit me in the back of the head, and I hit the stage face first, broke my nose, my cheekbone, my jaw, twisted my back, my knee. I mean, I should not have been alive. Period. That such an injury. It's like imagine someone taking a sledgehammer and hitting you in the head. That's the same kind of concept. And I don't know. I guess the gods, the spirits, life, whatever you want to call it, spared me for some reason or another, or just luck. And I knew that was the beginning of the end of the original Steelheart. And come years later, I'm just looking back, and I was able to write about it. And Good to Be Alive is literally the song, the gift of me being alive. And I think what a lot of people miss out is that how precious and how important and how delicate life truly is. Um, and you really realize that, several ways. Some people realize it normally out of just life, but other people, may have to go through some kind of tragedy, like a death in the family, someone really close to you, or yourself being close to death. And then you realize how important, how fragile it really is. And I wrote that song and said, "Good to be alive." So,
Man, that takes a lot of courage to survive something like that, and I congratulate you, and I'm so happy you're alive today.
well, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It is. I am happy too. I am happy too, because the thing is, and also people realize it's like this is it, guys. Time's ticking right now. And us talking right now. This is our lives right now. And it could be taken in a second. In 1 second, boom, it's gone. Next, all of a sudden, you're over. You're done. People remember you for about a couple of weeks, and then it's like moving on, living their lives. So it's it's a big thing, this life thing we call life. So cherish it.
I bet you didn't climb a thing these days when on stage now.
Well, there's nothing to climb. If there's something to climb, I climb it. I mean, after all, I am a singer, and I am, I am a rock star. So it's like it's what we do. I mean, there's footage of I saw Sammy Hagar. He's like swinging on it, like literally swinging. The thing's ready to collapse, break, but it's secured properly the way it should. You know, so I don't need to climb anything anymore. You're right.
Is there any new music on this, or is it like a greatest hit kind of thing?
It's uh, it's a little bit of both. Love is on there. That's basically music that's not from the original old albums. Um, what I did do is I re-recorded "Everybody Loves Eileen" with the full band, and it's more of a live feel, you know. And I re-recorded "She's Gone" with a 40-piece string live, and also "Mama Don't You Cry" with a 40-piece string section live, and so that's basically kind of like new songs. They're re-recorded because they're rewritten. It's not just re-recorded to the original. They have been all kind of not kind of rewritten. Like "I'll Never Let You Go" we did as an acoustic duet. So that in itself is, really I'm really excited to see what the world single, by the way. And yeah, so it's a lot of songs that have been re-recorded but have been rewritten. So
You had a ton of people in this band throughout the years. Are you happy with the current
now,
lineup?
oh yeah, I'm happy with the current lineup. I love the current lineup, but I don't like the way I don't like all those that I had to go through all those people. You know, I thought that's what you were going to ask. Sorry about that. I The current lineup is great. Everybody gets along wonderful, and that was my goal. My goal is, again, considering life, I want to make sure that I work with people that I like and they like me, that we are respectful to each other, that we really enjoy meeting up and performing on stage and off stage. It is extremely important to me. And that's what it is now. It's taken a while, not to say, all the other people that were in the band were bad or things. It just played out its, time, so to speak. And right now it's really nice. It's that we do a show. We As soon as we see each other, we all cracking jokes, hanging out, and we do a great show every time. We have such a great time on stage, and we get off and guess what? We all get together in my suite or backstage, and we have a beer, or we go get something to eat. I mean, that's kind of unheard of with bands, right? Because usually they don't want to talk to each other, they hate each other. I don't want that. That's not the way it is. Everyone in my crew, my band, the people working with me and on the record, and my records, everyone is wonderful. I'm really lucky, really, really lucky to have all these people in my life.
Hey man, that's pretty cool that you have such a positive crew, like a positive attitude throughout the entire area. Because like you're right sometimes. Usually bands kind of hate each other sometimes for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, they don't respect each other. They hate each other. I should have done this. I did that. I did. It's just like, it's just, it just needs. Again, I'm going to say this. This is life, and it's ticking right now. I don't want to go to do a show and have an ulcer. You know what I mean? Or be like, just be, oh, I can't stand this. I want to go to do a show and everybody's excited to see each other. Everybody's excited to perform. This is what we do, you know. And I really, really try to make sure that everyone is happy. Everyone is, if they need anything, you just want them to be, everybody to be happy. This is it. This is life, you
Yeah.
know. I do the same thing when I tell when I some of the promoters, I get into a hotel and a hotel is, you know, like a bad hotel. It's like, no, this is my life. This is where I live, you know. So it's all really important. It's really important to me.
So how did you start doing songs for Korean TV?
So Korea, I've been going to Asia since 1989. That's where SteelHeart started, and actually started in um, Japan. That was our first success, and we well, it was crazy. Uh, came off the plane one day. My manager didn't say a word, and literally there was probably around 500-600 people waiting there for me, fans, you know, to get off the plane. I mean, it was really amazing. And from there, we went to rest of Asia and Korea. Um, when I got to Korea, somehow Korea really, really bonded with Steelheart, especially the song "She's Gone." And that song, till this day, is the number one karaoke song since '89, and it's a big deal. So they um, they always accepted me really well, and I've been performing there since '89. And then I think in 2016 or 2017, I went over there and I lived there for a little while, and I did just a crazy amount of TV and, you know, TV shows, and wrote for TV dramas, all that stuff. And yeah, that's where that's how you know, I came close with Korea.
That's crazy, man. Cause yeah, usually Japan really does like rock and roll and stuff like Asia. They really do like it.
Yeah, so you know what's really big is Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia. They Korea now has become extremely K-pop.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
so it's completely, you know, it's really different. And Japan has also become more of like uh, I'm not too familiar, but more, it's definitely more pop than it used to be. So it's what do you call it? It's a lot of change.
Yeah.
But Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, Taiwan, Taipei, all those countries still really love the rock.
Do you have a connection with the Korean studios? Because I would really like an advanced copy of Squid Games Season 2.
Well, advanced copy, I don't know. I do have connections, but an advanced copy, I highly doubt that that they would risk having that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but who knows? Maybe I'll get you something else. You never know.
Now that's a show you should definitely get a song on.
Yeah, oh yeah, that would be good. Yeah, that would be good. We shall see. We'll see where life takes me, right?
Yeah. Let's just see. What was it like the first time you heard yourself on the radio?
Um, you know, it's like, think of it this way. You know, as an artist, we all look for recognition, you know, whether it's from our fans, our families, you know, our loved ones, whatever. And when you hear your song on a radio, that is just a level of holy shit, I did it. That is just like, wow, that's like really unbelievable because you are here, you are in front of millions and millions of people trying to break through and be heard. And all of a sudden, you hear yourself on the radio. It is like, it's pretty rewarding, I think the word is. All that hard work is actually, people say, hey, we acknowledge you. You're amazing. Thank you. Feels good. Really good.
So, do you have a big tour plan this year?
Say it again.
Do you have a big tour plan this year at all?
We are working on that. We have several dates booked, and we are working for on Asia and Europe as well. So it is all being compiled right now. So we shall see. We'll see how it grows.
What is it like touring after the pandemic?
Um, it's honestly, the weird thing is like it seems like nothing's ever changed. The only issue is that there's a lot of, how would I say, things have changed because of I don't know. There's not as last year. So many bands went out, or the big bands, and the inflation and everything that's all jumped up. It's making it difficult for the people to go out and see shows, just for money purposes. So I think that's the biggest issue that I'm seeing out of the pandemic right now. And we're kind of like in a recession here. So that's the difficult part that I see after the pandemic. But as far as the shows, everyone's out there scrunched together and sweating and like nothing ever happened. So that part of it's the same.
I have been to a few shows, and fans seem more into the shows after not being able to rock out for years.
Yeah, they do. I think yeah, if you're in a cage for a little while, I'm sure you're ready to jump out and do some cartwheels. So I agree. I agree. It is that part of it is very nice. Very nice to reconnect with the fans and the people. Just being around people is nice too. But it's opening up quickly. It's not like it's really weird. It's like overnight, boom, like it was never there. You know,
What's the best venue you've ever played?
man, I don't know. I know what one of my favorite venues was when I was with the Doors. When I sang for the Doors, I there was one venue in Prague. It was really cool. It was just probably the biggest stage I've ever been in my life. I mean, this stage I think was for, I don't know, ballet or something. It was ludicrous. I mean, I played all massive stages, but this for some reason we looked like little ants. But just the whole place, the vibe, the energy, the city, the whole thing. It was really nice. I really liked that. It was a theater. That's one that stands out.
And what's the worst?
The worst, there's never the worst. There's no such thing as the worst. It's like I played in basements. I remember playing in Berlin years ago, literally in a basement. That's where they had shows, and it was cool. I mean, it was cool. It was like crazy, but it was dirty, filthy, nasty, rock and roll. That's what it is. And like I said, there is no, because as an artist, when you're performing and you're booked to perform there, you go there, you give it everything you got because that's what you do, and you enjoy it. And what you leave with is an enormous amount of love and energy from your audience, and that's really important because they give you this, ugh, you know, and the rest of the world don't get that, artists, we do. And so there's no such thing as a bad show, man, or like a what do you call it, a a bad venue, unless somebody like hurts you, or you don't get paid at all. Somebody steals your money, or but even then you're still performing. So rock and roll.
Love that humble attitude, man. And yeah, rock and roll, man. Rock and roll.
It is what it is. Yeah.
What is on your rider?
I'm sorry, go ahead. What was that?
What is on your rider?
On my right, here's what I'm going to do. Don't go away for some. I'm just going to stay here. I'm just going to shut the camera off for 2 minutes so the internet catches up. All right, and then
Okay.
I'll keep talking. Okay, you got me.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry.
What is on my rider? Well, first and foremost, I gotta I gotta put this back on. Champagne.
Champagne
Okay.
dispenser.
After the show, after the show, I always like to have a glass of champagne with the whoever wants the band. And the band don't really drink. None of us really, drink. But it's a nice to have a glass of champagne. We have that. We have beer. We have uh, that's about it. Champagne, beer, and a lot of just different food. Nothing wacky. The guitar player, he likes M&Ms, so he gets M&Ms, a big bag of M&Ms, and nothing really wacky. What I honestly, it's like we're pretty easy. SteelHeart's pretty. We get it. It's not like take out the green M&Ms. We need this. We need that. It's just like we come in, we rock hard, and we leave. We give love to the audience, to our fans after the show, and we go. So
Do you
there's our
have
big rider.
do you have a ritual before you go on stage?
Um, my ritual is like it's interesting is that I work so much on when I'm home and on the road. When I get to my hotel room, usually come day before a show, I usually don't go anywhere. I have more rest than I usually do. And I end up watching a lot of silly just TV shows and just vegging out. Literally. Drink a lot of tea. I mean, I always do. That's all I do is drink hot tea or hot water and honey. And nothing, a big nothing is my ritual. And that really, I got to tell you, that really helps, before a show.
Ever have a crazy interaction with a fan?
Um, sure. There's always some, not always, but sometimes there's, people that just don't, they get a little too close, and my heart is always out for everyone, to everyone, you know, I'm there for everyone, but you also got to give me the respect because I am who I am and you are who you are, And yeah, it was one time, it was really weird. It's like I was talking to somebody and this girl just did something really stupid and it was really more of like, you know, she felt like she knew me or something and she just met me that night, but sometimes people get a little weird when it's like, you see people on TV or you feel like they know you closely, but they don't. And it's like it's just normal. Then I don't know, they get nervous maybe, and then they do something stupid, you know. But that's the only thing. I've only had kind of like one, but everything else was good. So all in all, nothing. It was all good.
Yeah, I do gotta say about like, yeah, people definitely get nervous or they definitely get weird when they meet someone that they really like someone that's really famous, like you. Like, I remember I used to do these things called like Headbanger Comic Con. It was for virtual, and we would meet like famous rock stars. And I remember these people would get like so shy and they would ask like the basic questions. Like they would
Right.
Like they would get so shy. They would stutter and everything.
Right. Well, some either they stutter or they get rude. Some get rude, and that's their way of, you know, being able to be, well, you put the pants on just like I do, and that kind of thing. It's like, yes, we do, but I'm not you, and you're not me. We're two different people, you know, and it's understandable, but it is what it is. You just try to work with it. I try to make everybody comfortable, especially when we do meet and greets and happy. I give everybody a hug. It's like, get in here. I try to make them at ease. But it is what it is. Rock and roll.
What is next for you?
That's a good question. Um, I'd like to do so many things. I'm one of those guys that wants to do it all. And then people say, well, you can't do it all. I disagree. I think you can probably do it as much as you can, right? As much as I can. So at my last days, I can smoke a big cigar and have a scotch and go, hey, I did what I wanted to do. You know, what's next for me? We're gonna finish this album. We've built so many amazing platforms. The SteelHeart store. I worked so hard on that. We have so many wonderful items. And by the way, make sure we get your stuff. We're gonna send you something.
Yeah.
And
Thank
how
you
about
so
this
much.
one? You like this one?
Yeah, man, that's sick.
We all die young. This is the We All Die Young show. We'll get you one of those.
Thank you so
So,
much, man.
so yeah, we built that. We just putting the final touches on SteelHeart TV, SteelHeart.tv. I mean, worked so hard on that, and now we're just gonna keep bringing content into it. There's a lot of content. There's interviews, there's concerts, there's backstage stuff, and then we're doing more stuff now. We're doing a Korea concert. We're gonna edit right now. Um, I did like movies. I wanted to do more movies. I just did one movie, which we did for the movie for the song Trust and Love. I don't know if you know that. The director really loved the song, and they named the movie after my song. We'll
That's
take it.
that's awesome.
So yeah, and I got the whole band in there acting, so we're all in there. And I wouldn't mind. I would love to do some more movies, more movies. Um, Honestly, this Steelheart 30th anniversary album is really important. It's a milestone of my hard work throughout the years, traveling the world for over 30 years. And it's it's a moment to give this to the world and to just reflect for a second. I need a second to just pull back and just see what's next to come. Basically, it's not how I look at life is I don't look at it as like it's not really all my decisions, because just when you think you got it covered, something goes sideways or they switch on you. So basically, I consider myself as a captain, or maybe now colonel at this point, waiting for the orders from the president. You know what I mean? So we shall see.
My followers follow you.
Say it again.
How do my followers follow you?
How? Well, you definitely, here's where you go. You go to Facebook, Steelheart Facebook official. You have Steelheart official Instagram. You have Steelheart official TikTok. You have Steelheart official YouTube. And also, please go to steelheart.com. And if you register, your email is steelheart.com. We, on a consistent basis, we send out all different information, actually information before we give out to the rest of the world. So if you want to see something cooler, sooner kind of thing. And a lot of times we also give away stuff. So that is the best way to follow and reach out. And also, what's the word? And also we will respond to the emails, by the way. So, yeah, all of those platforms, a lot.
What is your favorite memory from playing a show?
My favorite memory from playing a show. Well, there's so many memories. I mean, it's endless, you know. Um, I would say one of my funniest moments, but I don't know. Honestly, there's so many that I every show, every show has a beautiful memory, a moment. You know, when I'm singing, when I'm singing like "She's Gone," and just a moment of silence before I even open my mouth, and the energy of the room, and people just, I can feel them, I can hear them, you know, and it's every show. So I don't have just one memory. Right now, there's so many coming to me. So
What is your worst?
my worst, I would say probably the accident is my worst.
Yeah,
That was
it's pretty bad.
I I I I can't believe how I got up. It's just beyond me. I mean, if you saw it, you saw it, and we all die young. You see the scaffolding fall on me, right? You
Yeah.
watch the video. You watch the video. Well, they picked the scaffolding up off of me, and I got up. I don't know how I got up. My head was cracked open, you know, and I mean my head's cracked open. I was just like, oh my, this is serious. And I got up. So I don't know. That would be the worst. Yeah, that wasn't fun.
You're on death row and it's time for a final meal. What's on the menu?
What's on the menu? I would say, without a doubt, I would say linguine with spicy. How would I say seafood like fra diablo? I would have to. It's funny. It's like every time I go to a Italian restaurant, it's like silly. It's like, oh, I'm going to order something different. I got to try something new, something else. And every time it's like, yeah, give me the clams with the shrimp and the lobster. It's one of my favorites.
How are you going out?
How am I going out? Wow. Yeah, that's just like a silly, like whatever I say will be silly because I don't have that answer. There's no way anybody has that answer. You know, you just don't know. I just I just hope that they take me when I am, yeah, how would I say, that I've lived the most fullest life possible. And I don't want to go through any diseases or pain. I want to be able to just go and say, okay, I'm ready. I'm done. You know who did that? Is what's his name? Oh, my brain just stopped working. From Motorhead, Lemmy. He went into the
Oh,
other room. He went into the other room because I'm out. I'm gone. He went into the other room, fell asleep, and he was done. There you go. You know,
if you could have a superpower, what would you choose?
what would I choose? Well, I do a lot of flying in my dreams. You ever fly in your dreams?
Yeah, oh my God, it's so cool.
It's hilarious, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I would, if it was only one superpower. Well, I usually try to think a few, but if it was only one, I would definitely say fly. I would want to fly. Yeah, and that could be, but I got to be able to fly fast, not just like boom, boom. I mean, I got to be able to be like UFO kind of speed. Like if I want to be in Europe, I'll be there. Like at your place, I'll be there in 1 second. Boom. Hey, what's up?
Man, that would be so cool. I really would.
Yeah, I'm in. Count me in. I get a suit, mask, the whole thing. Whatever I got to get.
You know, like stop crying.
Yeah.
You got the speed and you got the power. You can do this, man.
I can do it. We're on it. We're on it.
Let's say you could choose any song ever written by any band and you can change that song where you were the one who wrote it and it was your song. What song would it be and why?
You know, a lot of people have asked me this question, and I can say is that first and foremost, I really honestly don't wish I've written any other songs than the ones I've written, because I'm not that kind of person. You know, I respect everyone's art, and I get the same emotion when I listen to somebody who writes a great song. It's like, shit, that's just that's really good. What I do sometimes say is I wish I could fall into some of those spaces that they've been in to create such an art, you know. But you know, if I had to choose one song that I've always loved was Stairway to Heaven, you know. But again, I don't wish I wrote it. Somebody else wrote it. I enjoy it just as much, you know. Now, would I enjoy if I had all the money that I brought? Oh yeah, absolutely.
All that royalties.
Oh yeah. The royalties are insane. So, you know, but anyway.
Well, thank you for being on my show, man. I hope the next time we talk at the backstage at one of your shows, man. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and you have a good night, man.
Brother, nice speaking to you. Make sure you give Jamie your address and all that, and we'll send you some goodies. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, my
You've been
friend.
so
You
nice.
keep going.
Thank you.
Love you.
See
Take
ya.
care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Is Dad gonna jump in next or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna stop the recording.
Yeah.